Well, in a way, it was always like this, in a sense, but not consciously. When I escaped into the drums, there was the stillness. And there was more than a stillness, there was actually a lift up. There was an arising when I played the drums. I was really anxious for the arising. So that the appearance of my playing the drums was really a certain kind of correspondence with the feeling of elevation. It's like a bird flapping its wings to lift off the ground. So when I play, I lift off the ground. I didn't know it as such till much later, because it was my norm at the point. I believe this is probably common for children. When you're young enough, you can experience that. So it's nature, spiritual nature manifesting in the beginning, and then it's covered over, necessarily by culture. Otherwise, if you're not normal, you're in trouble. So you assume pleasing the parents and the relatives and other peeps, and so you fit in to a certain degree. But this doesn't disappear. This is more or less takes the back seat, but it was always there with the music. I would always run off to play, to hide and play, to rise and play and rise, and experience that which I came to know much later in my life as a certain kind of yogic process. Not special, it's just normal. Natural yogic process of rising, because energies are the ascending force energies, and music can resonate in such a way where you can experience that for yourself. You have the whirling dervishes that experience their rise by spinning, rotating. And that's exactly what a rhythmic pattern does. It creates a rotation, a vibrational rotation, a vortex. And some of us will rise through that vortex and go beyond the vortex. Others won't. They listen to the vortex and they will be the vortex for the moment. Depends on who, not the what, as far as that goes. So music is an extraterrestrial activity. It's given as an etheric process of releasing the body and moving into a higher field, resonance, higher resonance field, a higher vibratory rate through the music, through the drums, through time. Then we're saying through the phenomena of time, created by patterns, pulses. It's the universe. That's the source of the universe, in us, to create future, of light or future of less than light, depending on your pulses, depending on your understanding of what the process is, that time is. That time can create, used esoterically and secretly, in an extraterrestrial manner, because we are space beings in time bodies, according to my perception. We are only that. We are always that. We don't always act like. We're conscious as that. So it's good to be conscious as that, and then do what you have to do. Out here as a material being, materialized space being. See? Earth being, which means cosmic being. When earth beingness is a reference for the infinite. Not a reference for extreme limitation, to the degree of complete crystallization, which means no motion whatsoever. Okay? No flow whatsoever, no spirit whatsoever. Crystallized matter. Rock. So you can live as a rock, you can live as fire. Depends on the spirits you keep or the vibrations you can create or conduct for yourself. Or for, not yourself, but for itself. Spiritual practice as cosmic process is entering the middle, the neutral. We can also call it the intergalactic, perhaps. The ultra-galactic, perhaps. You're just light being light. And you need to be that. Like you need your deep sleep. You need being light as well. You need light. We need to eat light. We need to smell light. We need to see light and taste light. Some would say spiritual light. So be it. It's good enough. See? Only light. Spirit. Pure spirit. Super subtle light. Super spiritual light. So light that it transcends the material culture, the material religious culture, and the material political culture, of all worlds. All worlds, not just this one, not just this little speck, all worlds. The universe is mighty space. It's mighty space. Mighty big space. Father's house has many mansions. Could translate into many dimensions. And we are part of all of them. We don't act like it. But through music you can access other ones, other dimensions. Without changing your game, without changing your location. What you do is change your pattern. Change your pattern of music. Change the vibrations of it. And you can create access to other dimensions of consciousness. Deeper or more shallow. More physical, more dense, or more etheric, more enlightened. Pick your pattern. Choose your vibratory rate and go with it. Let it flow. The ordinary music is given as a healing source for humanity, and will only and can only take you so far. Make you feel good. Create good memories. Liberates nothing. Liberates no one, except distracts you into pleasure. Harmony. Song. Which is a form of intelligence. Wisdom song. And we are, all of us here on earth, natives. Natives of earth, natives of the solar system, which we are created of, and natives of the galaxy, which we are also part of. And the universe as source. The infinite then is the heart. The heart is the universe. And that infinite is our possibility, each one's true heart nature. And in terms of the language of the God people, the people of the gods, right? And it's about transcendence, gone beyond. And therefore they use the language of incomprehensible. See? The Lord is that great, it is incomprehensible. And some traditions will go further and say it's beyond speech, it's beyond description, see? Beyond category, beyond distinction. See? It's beyond, so be it. It is.
As beings, it would seem that we are products of time.
We are time, right? Creating products.
Okay, now I'm lost.
Right. We are found.
Do we create time as much as time creates us?
We are time created and creating. You are time past, time present, and time future. And timelessness altogether. See, pick your choice. Which will you be and why for yourself? Which can you be? To make things better. On this planet, which is turning to you, right? It's child, right? It's creature, see? To know better, and thus to do better, to be better for the sake of others. Be a light unto others. Be the way unto others. See? Be the way for others. See? Be the way of the Spirit, the way of the light, right? The non-material. The absolutely immaterial. Who can be that and survive out here? Very few. But because that is the truth, then everyone, regardless of how materialized they are, or how endarkened they are, all have the same potential. The adjustment is in the snap. Okay, let there be light. Light is. Never went anywhere. And because it is, the darkness is, it never went anywhere. And because it is the light of the darkness and the darkness of the light, right? They're both gone. They cancel each other out already. Okay? And it's continually happening. Life and death are continuous. Darkness and light are continuous. Duality is continuous. Yin and yang is continuous. Okay? But because it's continuous, it doesn't exist. And both are true, existing and non-existing. Absolutely true. You are existing in non-existence, and you are not existing in existence.
So do these opposing forces, or so-called opposing forces like life and death, create the neutral state in their opposition?
They exist because of it. It's not that they create it, but they can conduct it because they are it. See? The light is the neutral and the dark is the neutral. But at what level, what frequency, what vibration, what rhythm do you get to where the neutral is obvious to you, where you simultaneously exist and don't exist?
So is the conflicts within each individual being a result of the neutral state?
We could say, because of the neutral state, you can experience conflict and its opposite, because it's a neutral state after all. There's no conflict there. That's real. The neutral is the neutral. It's the nodal point between the extremes. Conceptually, emotionally, physically, psychically, mentally, psychologically, see, etherically, cosmically, universally, transcendently, all together, sexually, whatever.
Does, let's say, the awareness and acceptance of paradox come from the neutral state?
Neutral state is all there is, actually. When you walk into a funeral home, you feel the power of the neutral state. So all the noise and the din of everybody's trips outside of that place, say, that is, say, beyond the casket, say, all of that noise is the real. But before that casket, before your deceased beloved, there's no noise. It's just the awe of the paradox, see, of what was, what is, and what has become. And what's gone? Which poses the question, was it ever? Could it ever be? But gone. Always here, already gone is the nature of the neutral. That's the song of the neutral. Always here, already gone.
So
Only here, but already gone. Yeah.
so is that to say that because we're ultimately gone, we're only gone?
Forever gone? We can say that. That means we are spirit. Underneath the skin, underneath the bones, see, underneath the blood, the guts, the culture, and the suffering and the darkness, the ignorance, the unenlightened, sort of closed-mindedness. Yeah, already gone. See.
And gone where?
Gone to here. Always here, already gone. Where else can you be but here? How long have you been here already? Always. Okay. Yeah, you're starting to get it. Yeah. You came all the way from the East Coast to here to get it. Okay. Always here, already gone. Yeah. Okay. The language of spiritual practice. Okay. Realization practice. The language of the awakened ones, which everyone is part of that. Everyone awakens every morning partially. You need to awaken more fully, beyond partial consciousness. So one can begin by remembering that there is such a thing as beyond partial consciousness. See, more consciousness. Total consciousness. And because it is total, no consciousness. The no consciousness. Spirit as the no consciousness. Gone. Consciousness. Breathing. Light. And you can do it, because you are it. Everybody is it. But not necessarily practicing it to the degree that you can be conscious of it all the time, as such. This is not against anything that needs to be done. This is right in the center of everything that needs to be done. This is the source of everything that has been done, that is being done, and would ever need to be done in the infinite universes of itself, eternal, gone beyond, see. Now, the is now.